That's right, folks. Today we're going to take and talk about the Houston Texans versus the Miami Dolphins. Wow, what a game. It went on from being this was a roller coaster. There's one word to describe this game is that the Miami Dolphins versus the Houston Texans was a complete and utter roller coaster. It went on from being a potentially 500-600 yard game versus the Miami Dolphins. We even heard Miami Dolphin head coach Mike McDaniel say that we need to, as Miami Dolphins, we need to set our brand of how we play football and what other teams can expect. And it looked like that the first half. And then the left tackle goes down. And then Austin Jackson goes down. And then Tua he almost got freaking leg snapped in half, towards the end of one of those drives, in the first half. So what a game by the Miami Dolphins. What a game to persevere. Definitely lots of ups and downs in this game. But it just goes to show you, in the first half that Tua played, okay, and then he played, 2 or 3 drives in the second half. It just goes to take and show you that how much this team not only needs him, but we need a fully healthy O-line, because that O-line will be the death of the Miami Dolphins this year. It will be the death of the Miami Dolphins this year if we don't, just like how we picked up Shell off of, I think it was waivers, or he was a free agent. This could be very dangerous for the Miami Dolphins. But I'm not here just to talk about all the bad. I'm going to talk about the good. Great to see River Craycraft in there taking and eating. Tyreek Hill was doing his thing. Jalen Waddle was making great plays. I'm actually going to take and go over the stats here. And in the second half, I'm very proud of head coach Mike McDaniel not buckling to Tua. Tua is a crazed nut when it comes to chasing greatness and wanting to be the best quarterback that he can be. He wants to break records, and most importantly, he wants to win a Super Bowl for the Miami Dolphins. So I respect that, and I like that about him. But as a coach, you got to put your foot down and take and say, hey, you can't come back in this game. We got a big lead. It's all right. We got it from here. I was hoping it would be that way like the last 4 minutes of the game, and Tua could just, hey, let Skyler go in there, take and get some backup reps. But no, he had to come in much earlier, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share my here with you guys. And yeah, man, let's go ahead. Let's go over some of these stats here. Give me just a moment as I take and share my screen. But man, what a game. What a game today. Give me 10 seconds here. Computer's running a little slow. It was funny, man, because I noticed I'm kind of reading lips a little bit to the best of my ability, and taking and seeing the head coach Mike McDaniel speak with the medical staff, and Tua, he's saying, I'm fine. I want to go in. You could tell there's some frustration, and it was interesting to learn a little bit in the past on how he's really had to build up Tua, man. He's really and rightfully so. I mean, he has a devastating injury to end his college career. Coach Brian Flores never wanted Tua, and I love Coach B-Flow. I will always respect him. It's not like man, I can't stand that dude. Man, he got us at some dark times, right? But we all know how that story ends. I'm not going to touch that anymore. But it's taken a Mike McDaniel to mentally get Tua back into loving football and let him know how appreciated he is, right? I think if you're a Dolphins player, you don't want to take those 30-point leads for granted, right? And how dangerous this could have been. This Houston Texans could have came back in this game. They could have came back in this game with possibly a minute left. They missed the 2 extra point, the 2 additional 2-point conversions. Then they got a field goal, went them from 12 to 15. But at that point, it's they're still 5-6 minutes on the clock, and it's a 2-possession game. And this is the NFL, y'all. Anything can happen. But let's talk about game leaders. Kyle Allen, he actually did not play. I know there's 2 interceptions there. For a team as bad as the Houston Texans, he actually played some pretty good football. He made nice throws. A lot of dink and dunking, but 26 for 39, 215 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Tua, he actually had an interception, but turned out to be a pass interference. So thank God for that. But he was 22 for 36, throwing the ball like crazy, 299 yards, 1 touchdown. Just a fun offense. Like This is the offense people have when they play Madden. Just a fun offense. Then we got Jeff Wilson Jr., 13 carries, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. He did get banged up. Here, let's open up this full box score. I'm gonna go all the stats. Give me just a sec, guys. Now, Skylar Thompson came in. He only had one throw for 6 yards, and that was pretty much it. Mind you, it's easy to judge and like, oh man, I know people still want Skylar out there. It's rare, but there's a few floating around Dolphin fans who still think that way. But I will take and say this. Hold on a sec here. See, hold on. Lance McDonald says too many missed passes in the second half. Armstead gets hurt, and the whole O line goes to crap. Yeah, Lance, man, I agree, man. Lance, I totally agree. Thank you for tuning in. Way that injury was decided, man. Like, yeah, we have more depth than we had last year, but we still have not that great of an O line, man. It's still a lot of issues, man. It's the Texans realized that once they realized that we could get to Tua, okay, we're gonna keep blitzing there. And there was nothing Miami could do to stop that. So again, kudos to head coach Mike McDaniel for putting a stop to that. You need to get people healthy, man. 3 difficult games coming up. You got the 49ers next, I believe, then the Chargers, and then I believe we have the Bills right after that. So we're at 8 wins. This is great. But man, tough coming up for sure. Very, very tough. One sec here. Let me know where that volume's coming from. But yeah, man. I mean, what a game. Another thing I want to talk about, when Jeff Wilson took and went out, that was nuts. Because when Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert wasn't in, right? So then you have Myles Gaskin. And Myles Gaskin stunk today, guys. Let's look at these stats. 6 carries for 17 yards. That's horrible. I mean, absolutely, absolutely terrible. You know what I mean? So, what was it about that at all, man? So, but then on defense, there was a lot of good stuff. I mean, Landon Roberts was laying the wood. Jalen Phillips was laying the wood, man. I think we got 4 sacks here. Let me see here. We got Jerome Baker, Jalen Phillips, Landon Roberts. We got more. We got Duke Riley, Bradley Chubb. Good to see Bradley Chubb because he's expensive. He costs money. Then, of course, we got the 2 interceptions, So let's see here. Who got the interceptions here? But overall, man, great game by the Miami Dolphins. It sucks, man. That injury sucks so damn bad. It stinks so bad that they can have that injury, man, to our O-line. So let's see who we could pick up, who's a free agent, and what we can do to ultimately make that happen. But overall, man, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Also, if you're just now tuning in, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm a Dolphins fan, but I don't just cover I cover the whole NFL. In other words, I don't just cover the Dolphins, but hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel to grow. Upcoming probably within the next 1 to 2 months, I'm gonna start having NFL draft prospects on this show as well too. Also, as well, if you want to donate, all the information is down below as well. So, other than that, man, go Dolphins! What a win! Tua looked fantastic. My closing comments are that I think Tua is going to be just fine, but we got some injuries at running back. We got some injuries at the left tackle position. Anybody we have as a backup absolutely stinks for the Miami Dolphins. So hopefully we can get that fixed, man, because Teron Armstead, man, it's like taking watching him, man. He's always banged up, man. He's a big dude, and he's legit. When he's healthy, he's top 5, probably best left tackle in the game. He's such a beast. But Jackson is not it. I'll tell you right now too, man. Jackson, he is going to be gone next year, right? Gaskin is going to be gone next year, and I'm hoping with the draft picks that we do have and the free agency that's there, that we can the Miami Dolphins could actually get an adequate O-line. They can actually take and get an adequate O-line. I like some of the Shell was a fantastic pickup for us, right? The other guy, was it the guy we got from Dallas? He's playing center now. He's a lot more comfortable. I can dig it. I'm all for it, man. Robert Hunt. So it's not all bad on our O-line, but that left side, Lord have mercy, at least have when that stuff like that's happening, at least have, you know, your running backs hanging out over there so they could block. Have Alec Ingold hanging out over there so he could block, right? So those are things that the Miami Dolphins could definitely do. But it was great to see Tua's pocket composure. He's going to be back. He wants to be back. I think he might have dinged his leg a little bit, but I don't think this is going to be an issue for the Miami Dolphins. So yeah, man, let's see what happens. This is going to be good, man. This is going to be a good year. Things will continue to get better for us, man. We just got to take and fix that. And then for the Houston Texans, man, Texans are a pretty interesting team, man, because Lovie Smith is starting from nothing. He came into the year starting with Davis Mills, and Davis Mills isn't even starting quarterback right now, right? So, you know, it's just one of those things, man, where, you know, for them, it's going to be a long road ahead. But they got some draft capital next year, and it's looking really good for the Texans. But Miami Dolphins remind me a lot of the Rams. The Rams last year were in win now. It was F those picks, you know, bring everybody that you can to this team so we can go ahead and win now. Miami Dolphins can legit win the Super Bowl, but the death of us could potentially be that O-line. And we could have been a little bit more aggressive during free agency, right? So, anywho, that's my thoughts on the game. Go down below, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel to take and grow. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode now, and I'm going to play the dopest outro you've ever heard in your life. Shout out to Ill Sense Birth and Waylay Creations for putting this together for me. And I'll catch you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Hit the subscribe button, folks. I mean it. I do live show. I do 2 to 4 live shows every single week where I cover a game. Miami Dolphins are always going to be in the mix because that's my favorite team, and that's just what it is. But anywho, God bless you guys. Have a great night. Catch you next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Peace.
Touchdown with Doug Smith, celebrate, that's a new move. Heisman, 2 views, catch him on YouTube. NFL coverage, interviews, who lose, who win, who lose. Comedy, you choose, it's not about moolah. The QB's like Tua is missing in action. No L's on my shooter. Play it like Marino, it's a gamble like casino. Hungry for it, but you know we still gon' try to feed the beef. Rivalries will lead the conference. Cowboys of the Eagles, will Belichick be a threat? Better check. Tomlin on deck, much respect to the vet. What you expect? Gotta tune in for the rest. Make sure to sub, like, check. At the best, bad boy, the sports podcast. For the threat across the north, east, south, in the west. Sitting back clueless, time to tune in. Now another sports center, it's a movement.